What's going on, guys? It's Richard Murtaugh from RMR Driving Academy. Doing a quick video for Premier Racing Setups on how to drive the dirt car late models. So, pretty much these cars are very unique now. So we used to be able to drive these cars straight into the corner and not have to set them and them rotate. But in the recent couple seasons, they've began to become very difficult to drive and enter corners and obviously make maneuvers and pass people. So I'll do a quick little, probably 10-minute video or so describing on how to really drive these things. So first things first is when you're running these cars, you really gotta be careful when passing people, because these things do just kind of step out on you and usually plow tight, end up wrecking a lot of people. So you just got to be careful with that. So the best way to do that is really set the car into the corner. So when I'm saying set, so I'll show you just driving the car in straight without setting the car, and then I'll show you setting the car, and you'll see the differences. So if I just drive this car straight into the corner and don't set it, it's going to plow tight like that. So it just does not rotate at all. I'll show you up here too. So if you don't turn the wheel and you just drive it straight into the corner, it just does not set, and the wheel just, you're turning left and it does not turn. But if you set the car, so when I say set the car, you're driving and you kind of shoot the car into the corner and get it rotated. See how much better it rotates throughout that corner. Watch my steering input right here. Driving down the straightaway.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
And shoot the car like that. Let me, I don't know how to turn my spotter down. But that's pretty much what you do with these cars is you set them into the corner. So pretty much all I'm doing, driving down the straightaway, and you'll see I kind of turn the wheel
fastest lap of the session.
Slightly to the right. Let me shut my spotter off real quick. It is pretty loud. So we'll watch this lap, or well, let's actually go to our slow lap. So watch my steering wheel. See, the car just does not set. It plows up the track, and obviously you're gonna be way slower doing that. Same thing over here. Just drive the car in and it just plows up the track, does not turn. I see a lot of people doing that, and obviously that's not very fast. So once you set the car in, watch my steering wheel. See, I kind of shoot it. So let's watch this again in slow. So I turn to the outside just slightly, and then I start turning back to the left. Look at my wheel. And then I get the car rotated, and then it's set around the corner. So we'll look at the left front suspension. This is not a good camera angle, but we'll watch it in slow motion. So you see me I turn it right, and then a quick left, and then it sets going into the corner, and then from here we're obviously getting it to rotate throughout the corner, so we're turning to the left. So that is pretty much how you set these cars into the corner. That is the biggest thing I see a lot of people doing. The tinier the track, such as Lincoln, for example, you have to shoot it in way harder than what we're doing here. This track is very difficult because it is pretty tight. But tracks like Lincoln, you have to absolutely shoot it incredibly hard. So you'll see everyone, before they enter the corner, they jerk the wheel hard to the right and then hard to the left. Like they're almost completely spinning out, entering the corner just to get it to rotate. That's what you have to do at little bull rings. But big tracks like Knoxville, for example, you just barely set the car and shoot it into the corner, and it rotates. But you always have to shoot it, no matter what track you're at. Even Knoxville, like a big track like that, you have to still shoot it, because if you don't, it's going to plow tight on you. So I'm going to run a couple more laps here and just show you kind of what I'm doing. Just like that. It is it is a weird concept, but you do have to do that to be fast. So next thing is keeping the car straight throughout the corner. So the goal is keep the car as straight as possible without it plowing tight. So you'll see a lot of us top guys when we're racing. Our cars are usually on the tighter end. The reason we do that is because tight is unfortunately fast on the sim right now. So the tighter the car is, the faster you're going to be. Especially when it's slick, you'll see people plowing throughout the entire corner and just driving away from you. If you're loose, you're going to be way off pace. That's just the nature of the game and of the sim and how things are right now. So um, the goal, always keep the car as straight as possible without it plowing too bad. It, you can't lose drivability. If you get too tight, you're going to lose that, and then obviously you're going to start plowing tight entry, and it's going to mess up your exit, and obviously apex of the corner and all that. So the goal, build the car as tight as you can get it, or drive it as tight as you can get it, without it being too horrible, too tight. If you can drive a tight car, then you're going to be fast in these late models. But that's kind of about it. Those are kind of my main tips, tricks. Obviously, be careful not to knock the spoiler off driving down the track. For example, on the backstretch, I seen someone knock their spoiler off yesterday. Just barely caught it, and it ripped their spoiler right off. If you knock your spoiler off, you're going to be like half a second to 8/10 a lap off pace. I believe right around there. Compared to if you had your spoiler. It is extremely. Um, I don't even know how to really describe it other than painful to to drive once you knock your spoiler off. You have no grip, no speed, no nothing. Obviously, if you gotta be careful on restarts and starts not to run into the back of people because if you do, you're gonna get front end damage. And usually when you get front end damage, right here where my mouse is, um, there's gonna be some damage. So this is gonna be lifted up. This will be lifted up, or even one of these front fillers here are going to be bent in. If you have any sort of damage at all in these late models on the front end or the spoiler, then you might as well kiss your race goodbye because you're going to be severely off pace. Um, at Knoxville, I got a net code glitch off another driver, and I was 4/10 a lap off pace of what I was running before the net code, and it was just slight damage. So be careful with that. Sometimes it's more beneficial to pit under yellow and get your repairs fixed than stay out there because, like I said, it is very overpowered the damage. So just take all that into consideration. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach me on Discord. Or reach us through the Facebook page or social media at RMR Driving Academy. I do coaching and stuff like this on a much more detailed scale. So appreciate you tuning in and good luck in your races.